What if I told you there was a man who fought over 100 battles, faced the greatest empires of his time, and never lost, even once? He defeated the Muslims, then became their greatest warrior. But the most shocking part, he didn't die on the battlefield. The Battle of Uhud.
They were seconds away from victory, until one man changed everything. The Muslims were winning. Victory was within reach. Then, suddenly, confusion spread. Positions were abandoned.
And from the horizon came a man.
And the lines began to break. From the shadows, a strike no one saw coming. Horses thundered, and the battlefield turned into chaos. One man changed the entire battle. His name, Khalid ibn al-Walid. He didn't win with strength. He won with the mind. And no one saw it coming. At Uhud, the battle seemed under control, until one move changed everything. He struck from where no one was watching. A strategy so precise, even the strongest couldn't predict him. But then, what changed his heart? He won the battle, but lost something inside. Too much chaos. Too much loss. Silence spoke louder than victory ever could. He started questioning, and the truth was getting closer. One decision could cost him everything. So he turned away from everything he knew. He was riding to meet the prophet, but not with a sword in his heart, with questions, with truth, and a heart ready to change. He once fought Islam. Now he stood before the prophet. No sword, no anger, just a man searching for truth. He had a past, battles, mistakes, pride. To become Muslim, he had to leave it all. His old life, his old beliefs, even truths that were hard to accept. But he chose the truth over everything. He became a Muslim, and his real test had just begun.
And then came the moment. The Muslims returned to Mecca, not as fugitives, but as a powerful force. 10,000 strong, the city that once drove them out now stood before them, waiting. But this was not a story of revenge. It was a story of restraint. Khalid ibn al-Walid led one of the key divisions, entering the city with discipline and control. There was no chaos, no widespread bloodshed, only order, only purpose. The city was taken, almost without a fight. The man who once fought against Islam now stood among its strongest defenders. From the battlefield of Uhud to the peaceful conquest of Mecca, Khalid's story was not just about war, it was about transformation. The same sword that once struck against Islam now protected it.
3,000 versus 200,000. This wasn't a battle. It was suicide. One by one, their leaders fell. Then, one man stepped forward, Khalid ibn al-Walid. He didn't fight for victory. He fought to save his army, and did the impossible. The Prophet gave him a name, the Sword of Allah.
After the Prophet's passing, Arabia began to break. At Yamama, 13,000 faced 40,000. The battle began. Lines shattered. Fear spread. Then, Khalid ibn al-Walid stepped forward. He rebuilt the army, led the final assault, and at Yamama, turned defeat into victory. At Walaja, he surrounded the Persian army from both sides, a tactic only the greatest generals could execute. At Ulais, he crushed a combined force and secured the region. At Hira, he captured a strategic city, opening the path deeper into Persia. At Anbar, his precision broke their defenses, turning fear into victory. Then, he did the impossible. He led his army across a deadly desert where no army dared to go, and appeared where no one expected him. Now he faced a new enemy, the Byzantine Empire. At Basra, he captured their first stronghold. At Ajnadain, he defeated a much larger army. At Fil, he secured the region. At Damascus, he led the assault and captured one of the greatest cities of the time. Then came Yarmouk, 40,000 against over 100,000. Defeat seemed certain. But Khalid turned chaos into control. He reorganized the army, repositioned every unit, and prepared for one final strike. Before the battle, he sent a message: "Do not rely on your numbers, nor on your weapons, for you are fighting a people to whom death is as beloved as life is to you." Then he attacked with certainty and shattered the enemy lines. And that day, an empire fell. At the peak of his victories, a messenger arrived. He was removed from command by order of the caliph. But Khalid did not stop. He kept fighting, not for power, but for purpose. 100 battles, scars across his body, yet not one killed him. And the man who never lost did not die in battle. He died in his bed. If death was meant only for the battlefield, Khalid would never have died in his bed. Some men win battles, legends defeat even death.